So what I did if I didn't have money? I would go to bed without food. That's not a point. That's not the whole thing. I've survived in rooms where there are small rooms, about 10 people are sleeping, and we all had to get up early and dress up. So competition about who gets up early, because you won't get the bathroom otherwise. And it's cold water only. But it's okay, ma'am. I think those are the best days of the life. What teaches you? Success has never taught me anyways. Of course, I meant it as to, if I had treated in Kannada, what would have happened?
Yeah.
So that is something I still hold as a dignity, because somewhere all the people were, probably many of them are aware that if they tweet in Hindi, we will understand. All right, it's true also. We have learned that language. We have given love for that language. We have been looking at the language like it belongs to us also. But why take it for granted? If I took for granted, do you also know that language called Kannada? That is not right. एक आर्टिकल था जहाँ पे एक आदमी को, एक एक्टर को मैरिज हो गया था, वो भाग के किसी हीरोइन के साथ एक टेम्पल में शादी कर दिया, ये वो करके पढ़ रहा था ऐसा क्या है, क्यों नहीं यार, हमारे इंडस्ट्री से ऐसा, मैं ही हूँ, अरे मैं हूँ, मैं बोला कि अरे यार क्या यार आपने ऐसा कर दिया, सर सॉरी सर कुछ गलत है ना, से नो डोंट बी सॉरी, जस्ट वेयर इज माय वाइफ.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. I have a very special guest. He's obviously a bona fide star. He's been doing different kind of roles in different languages for a while now. He's also someone who's had his own bit of struggles becoming where he is today. He hasn't spoken too much about them, so we're going to find out so much more to the wonderful and talented Kichcha Sudeepa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I meant every word of it. But I don't think it started that easy for you. I know that you did come from a from a background that your father was a hotelier and all of that. But you've had your own struggles per se, and you refused to take money from your father at a time when you could have. I want to start a little there and then come to your journey. So could you tell us how that time was and how your decisions today, when you look back, have turned out to be?
I guess the day I stopped taking money from my father was probably more of an adrenal rush and the boyish moments of lives where you want to just rebel against few things that's happening at home. But I guess all said and done, it's been a journey and I've stuck to it and I worked my way out, and I think all happens for the better. I have a fantastic dad who's taught me a lot of values in my life, and he's my hero. And I guess I'm happy for whatever the way I am today. It's because of the probable learnings of my life, my ethics of my life, principles, and I stick to it. See, anything that is not difficult is not something what is called as an achievement, right? Achievement is only when there's a difficult path and you just let it, and the way you handle it.
Yeah.
And I guess what was not difficult was because probably we didn't have a responsibility of being a star son or coming from a family of cinema people where a lot of expectations, as much as your father or your mother is there. And they're looking upon that, and you're under the shadow of a huge tree. And I think we were all on our own, and that takes away half our pressures. We set out what we want to do, and I think we set out without any pressures, and we do our things on our own way. We don't have to cross benchmarks. We just need to lay a new path for us. And I guess the dream of wanting to be in cinema is our own. It was not a desire that was implanted by some elders of a family. So I guess it is a choice we made to be in the celebrity world, and when you choose a public life like this, and when you choose a profession of name, fame, and everything, how can things be easy? When there are crores of people wanting to do the same along with you and wanting to take the chair, wanting to have that position, and it's difficult. But I guess that is a choice we made, and why have any discounts of hard work? Go ahead, put your best efforts, don't give up. It may happen. It's not even a surety that you work hard, it will happen. But be practical enough to understand whether you fit in first. Yeah. So I guess I felt I fitted in, and I never gave up.
I know there are stories about how you've lived on 500 rupees and you've gone ahead and done all of that. You've given auditions, things haven't worked out. But were there truly those moments that it almost broke you, and then again, of course, it made you?
Those are making me stronger every day, as in I wouldn't give up. So what I did if I didn't have money? I would go to bed without food. That's not a point. That's not the whole thing. I've survived in rooms where there are small rooms, about 10 people are sleeping, and we all had to get up early and dress up. So competition about who gets up early, because you won't get the bathroom otherwise. And it's cold water only. But it's okay, ma'am. I think those are the best days of the life. What teaches you? Success has never taught me anyways. It's only those hard days, and that has taught me so much of lessons, and they are my best days of my life. So it was not difficult. I was looking forward to more things that could come that way. I think I faced less. That's okay. That's really okay. Because today, if I value things in my life, it's because of those days. No?
So even during the time, you never had that moment that,
Nah, I don't-
you know, tomorrow will, you know, I hope I can survive this day. That never came to you.
No, I wouldn't give up. Just because there's a boat and you're into water, you mean to say you're going to sink or what? You're going to drown or what? You won't give up, right?
I hope you're listening. This is amazing.
It never came that I was breaking down and I was telling myself, I'm not going to break down. Nothing like that. I was happy, ma'am. I was...
You were in that, right?
I was happily, okay, पैसा नहीं है. अरे आज क्या खाएंगे यार? वो हंसते थे हम सब. क्या करें अभी हो गया अभी.
Really?
What do you do? See, breakdowners when you see no hope. But I have never been in that hopeless situations. I always had hope and I always believed and I think I was too egoistic to even give up. So I wouldn't. So it's...
How many auditions do you think at that time you must have given? Too many, no?
Auditions, not many, but I used to be called for selections. There's no, I couldn't call them auditions. I used to be called for selections and there would be rejections and things like that. That's a part and parcel. Of course, there were better looking people those days. There were better talented people and I'm sure they had reasons to reject me. But I guess it's okay. I'm glad I was rejected because I wouldn't have landed up with the roles I landed up later then.
Kichcha, everything changed.
Everything, no. I think your time is yours, your destiny is yours, your films are yours. You just need to wait. You can't grab somebody else's meal and say, I'm full now.
You know, you, like I said, you are a bona fide star. So I want to know, when did you truly feel that moment? You know, you struggled, which happened, like I said, everything changed. But when did you feel like, I think now I've arrived?
After the first show of Kichcha, when I came out and when things started changing, I started seeing the people's reactions, the way they lifted me, put me on the car and they tore my shirt and everything and out of the thing. I knew that something has changed. I've arrived is a long thing. I don't think I still believe in all that. But I knew some things have changed, that the perspective have changed. And that's why I'm still called Kichcha because nobody knew that day my name, Sudeep. They also Kichcha, 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 Kichcha. So that's what it went on. So I still believe in that and I stick to it, ma'am. And I think that's the day I felt something has changed.
And they truly have supported you because that name truly became a part of your identity.
No, that is my only identity because I am calling myself Sudeep, people are calling me Kichcha Sudeepa. Otherwise, Kichcha, Kichcha, Kichcha. Nobody says Kichcha Sudeep, Kichcha. Nobody calls me Sudeep. Nobody. I am putting it there because my parents have named me that. Otherwise, it's Kichcha. Nobody is worried about Sudeep is there or not.
And so many years it's been, right? Like still.
Many, ma'am. Many. It's been like 22 years now.
Yeah, but I think it's just that love, right? You can't let go of it. And that has brought you today. I have jack of all trades and master of quite a few. Actor, producer, writer, director, entrepreneur. You have your own event management company. You play under 17. You have cricket teams, and of course you have your own, charity foundation, which is beautiful. I'll come to that as well. Tell me, how does that make you feel when you think about what you've achieved and the fact that you are releasing a movie like this, which is going to be celebrated soon in every part of the country in possible all languages?
I keep doing things not because of anything else. I just like to do everything and I believe in sports. So I participate a lot in sports. I believe in a little bit of charity. So, I do a lot of cooking. I do a lot of cooking. I do painting. I do so many things. I do carpentry work. I do many things, but it's not because of anything. I think I like to do everything in life. What is there? You live once, so just do everything. What is there in that? And everything is a hobby if you take it as a hobby, and everything is a profession if you take it as a profession. So I just like to put my hand into everything and just keep trying, keep loving everything. So set work, even in films, I keep doing set works and I keep assisting my people.
Light and everything as well?
So many things. So I guess I put my interest is in every department of life. So I guess why constrain yourself to a very limited slot?
And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not just now. Even when you were struggling, you had, at the time, your cooking is very good, like you said. You were working and earning money through cooking as well. You were doing
not cooking, photography.
Photography also, and other odd jobs also. That's what I
photography, and I worked as a sales in Weekender warehouse and all that stuff.
Correct. But that must be interesting times, isn't it?
Yeah, my friends would come to the same showroom, bully me and not buy anything. So
they would do that. But I hear you've been an amazing salesman even back then.
Yeah, I mean, probably, we need to sell to make money and not for long though, but I have sustained there for a while.
coming to this, like I said, it's an ambitious one, right? And you see the trailer, you got reactions. There's so many questions. People have been guessing double role hai ki nahi, ye hai. There have been so many interesting reactions, and one that also is there is that this is going to be a huge one. I want to know how you felt once your entire film got done and you saw the trailer yourself. Like, did you feel satisfied? And B, you know, you very interestingly mentioned about how finally people are noticing that, you know, Kannada industry is an industry that needs to be taken seriously, because there's huge amount of money that it can be minted from here with good films. So I want you to elaborate on that as well.
Of course, you know, see, I think film industries are growing. Every industry is growing today. Today, if you see Malayalam industry is doing so fantastic, not many people were aware of the fact that they would make such beautiful contents.
Absolutely.
Today, after the OTT platform, now everybody has been able to watch and they say, wow, what films they make. Like that in Kannada industry, there are a lot of people, good filmmakers, a lot of good heroes, a lot of good directors. Many people are making very beautiful films there, and I think a good film opened up a platform. A KGF coming and doing everything, opened up a lot of things for the Kannada industry, and I guess it became a limelight there. So I guess good things are happening, you know, and it's a nice thing to happen. And I guess I'm very sure that it is happening at the time when it is supposed to happen. So I give credits for that. I don't complain about the previous times.
And do you read a lot of online comments?
No.
Like, you don't?
I get to know, we get the vibe. We get the vibe, and we get the top notches of industries and every other industry texting us or connecting to us to tell us how beautiful it is. I think that's enough. I'm not an online person to keep reading the reviews or online comments as to what it is, because it can be good, it can not so be great also. And I'm not somebody to get carried away by the compliments or the comments, get affected by the comments, I mean. So I'm okay.
So you don't?
I don't.
You detach yourself?
I'm not attached only. Where detached is there? I'm not attached only.
You never only.
I go to Twitter if I have to tweet something. If I'm on Insta something, I keep asking people how to do. So many things on Insta, I can't figure out as yet what is story, what is the reel. I'm a simple Twitter follower where I just go post in few words what I have to say and just get out of it. Apart from that, not something I'm on. I'm not a very online person.
I know you've addressed this a lot of times. You mentioned Twitter. So let us just, I feel that tweet is done from a very, very innocent purpose of how you felt and you reacted. But I want to know what your thoughts on that, because even now, that entire debate continues. Like, people are still discussing it, that yeah, maybe it was important to bring forward that every language needs to be respected.
No, I mean, see, what he asked was very innocent. He's a gentleman. What I responded was very honestly. That's all, and it's over there. Whenever it took a different angle, it was very political, and we both had nothing to do with any parties or any angle, political angle, I think. So we have nothing to do with that. It was just a chat between both of us. Of course, I meant it as to if I had tweeted in Kannada, what would have happened.
Yeah.
So that is something I still hold as a dignity, because somewhere all the people were, probably many of them are aware that if they tweet in Hindi, we will understand. All right, it's true also. We have learned that language. We have given love for that language. We have been looking at the language like it belongs to us also. But why take it for granted? If I took for granted, do you also know that language called Kannada? That is not right. Was my only debate with sir. Other than that, I don't look at him as a very controversial person at all. And he's not even somebody who promotes himself if there's nothing happening in his life. He's not even seen. Why will he do all that? It's not that. It's just a small... I go for a larger picture, ma'am. The larger picture being that he was innocently asking something and I answered back. It is political problem. They just to get some problems and just to, what do you say, charge on the other ruling party, opposition party, ये करते होते रहते हैं. ये हमारे यहाँ नहीं है, मैम. हम जब भी इधर different industries को आते हैं तो सब respect ही करते हैं, सब प्यार से ही बात करते हैं. जब हमारे यहाँ कोई हिंदी एक्टर आता है या तेलुगु तमिल एक्टर्स आता है, हम सब प्यार से पार्टी करते हैं, खाना खाते हैं. और जब हम मुंबई आते हैं तो हमारे दोस्त यहाँ हमसे मिलने आते हैं. तो वो तो होता रहता है. हम बात कर रहे हैं, हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे, उसमें क्या है.
बिल्कुल.
सो हमारे यहाँ नहीं है, मैम. वो सब है बाहर. हम वहाँ belong भी नहीं.
You feel it's been just like blown out of in a way that it shouldn't have.
They were blowing. We were not even. We were very much in proportion. We were at home partying and enjoying ourselves. There's nothing. क्योंकि हम रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, हिंदी को भी रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, तमिल तेलुगु को रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, वो भी हमें रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं. उसमें क्या है? Just because our films were not doing extremely well to a certain area doesn't mean that we pick up on languages. That's not fair. And I come from a land where every language is respected, man. That's why every language film does well in Karnataka. All right,
True.
so I think nobody can pinpoint at us and say that, we don't respect languages. We love every language.
Absolutely.
That's why our state, every language does well. Every hero is celebrated in my state. Why would you pay 150 rupees for a masala dosa and expect 1,000 rupees out of it?
Well said.
Now,
Actually-
my point is, I have invested some X amount of money to the film.
Yeah.
My thing is to how much profit this will make, how much it will penetrate. My question is, if I'm promoting in Mumbai, not to outbeat any films.
Of course.
I'm promoting film all over the state only because I want my story to be seen by as many people as possible.
Sure.
That's all it is. And we are converting those interests into tickets. We have already recovered back with whatever sales that has been happening, and we have far more sales still. So I don't think those pressures are there on us.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Fantastic. I don't think
We have loved the film. That's why we did the film. What pressure now, ma'am?
I
We
love
could have
that.
done this film in 25 crores also. Who would have stopped us?
But you wanted to increase the scale.
We wanted to increase the scale because the story demanded it, and there's a honesty in the story, and we wanted to tell the story to everybody else. That's all it is.
As a writer, when you're writing films, what do you think writers need to more bring to the table? Which they already are, but what do you think is missing in
Momentum.
stories today?
Momentum, a speed.
Speed.
Story selection is your choice, but after telling that, I think a speed is required today because I think people are impatient today. People are valuing their time. तो एक सिनेमा जो होता है जो 1.5 घंटे में बता सकते हैं आप 2.5 घंटे की मत खींचो यार अननेसेसरी डाल के कॉमेडी डाल के या सॉन्ग्स डाल के फाइट्स डाल के आई थिंक यू शुड स्टिक टू द पॉइंट इज व्हाट द राइटर्स नीड टू गेट ऑन टू द टेबल एंड एडिटर्स नीड टू स्टिक टू दैट एज अ मेकर डायरेक्टर नीड्स टू स्टिक टू दैट आई थिंक इट्स अ स्पीड
You earned that love and support from your contemporaries, from your friends in the industry, and all of them did come together, right? I know that Dulquer is also distributing a part of your film. That is,
he's a sweet
and
person. We have
he's
not
wonderful.
met as yet, but I've heard he's a very good he's a gentleman, so I'm looking forward to seeing him.
And of course, Mr. Salman Khan, you all share a bond that goes way beyond you did for him.
He is a true brother. He's a big brother. That's what he is to me, and I respect his presence in my life. And he has given a special position, and I don't think I will ever expect things from him unless it is coming out of himself. And this is something which came out of himself.
Sure.
He owned this film, and after seeing some 20 minutes of clipping, he loved it, and he started owning it, ma'am. I think that way he speaks straight from the heart, and he's ever since been unconditional about it.
Okay, as an actor, what's been the most difficult part of doing the film?
This
Where
one?
yeah.
Nothing. I was enjoying my whole time and
Nothing?
playing cricket and playing this and that.
Really?
My efforts are only between action and cut, ma'am. Nothing beyond or nothing before that. I'll
I
cut
love
off.
this.
I'll cut off immediately after this. I cut it. Okay, चलो अभी हो गया शॉट तो जाओ कुछ खेलो बोलो करो अगली शॉट तक कुछ करेंगे हम. I don't put so much of all our homework should have been done even before the shooting started. After that, if you're taking pressure, that means you're not prepared somewhere.
I think that also helps you stay grounded the way you are because you're really truly not attached to this world in that way. From what the entire conversation, I've never spoken so long to you.
I enjoy things in my life. That doesn't mean I'm too attached that I fear and I worry. I'm attached. I'm attached to my film. That's why I'm sitting here promoting it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm sitting with pressures and I'm sitting with expectations. जो है वो किया है हमने अभी एग्जाम टाइम में जाके एक और बार पढ़ लेंगे उसमें क्या होता है अभी पूरा साल था पढ़ने को
तब पढ़ना चाहिए
तब पढ़ना चाहिए तो एक जब प्रिपरेशन होना है तब प्रिपरेशन किया है हमने तो जो हमारे what the love this film we have given that is not going to change because of the results.
Sure.
This film will still remain close to us and it will always remain close to us. We just hope even people love it more and more and it penetrates everywhere more and more and more and more people see it. That's all is the whole intention.
If I come to my last fun part, I want to highlight something. Besides the fact that you're really, as you can see, he's really this cool, chill person in life. But he's also somebody who's really stood up for his people and his fans and not just fans, I mean for everybody. During the pandemic, your foundation really helped a lot of people. And I really want to highlight that. First of all, kudos to all of you all to help people. But your own foundation gave a lot of technicians who were not getting work at the time and you helped them survive that very, very difficult part in the pandemic.
I could afford to.
You could afford to.
I could afford to.
Tell me about how that started and you know how that happened at that time.
No, there were, I realized there's a lot of people having no food and everything. A lot of people had, some of them had money, some of them didn't have money also. The food availability was not there. And I had this government permission to transport food and everything. So I had this license for that. So I managed, and earlier we were giving them food, and then I realized it's not going to work out. We have to give at least ration. रेशन में तो फूड देंगे तो एक दिन में वो या ख़त्म हो जाएगा या ख़राब हो जाएगा. तो रेशन से तो एक हफ्ता 2 हफ्ते 1 महीने तक घर चलता है. तो we used to do all that, and then came the second things of actors, and then one set we did, then this technician group, that technician group, then the orchestra group of Karnataka. A lot of people were there, and then came the problem of hospitals, beds and cylinders. So we got into that as much as possible, luckily, and I could do a little, ma'am. There was money left and little bit of money was there, and I could help few people, and hospitals were also supporting me on that, so I could do it.
This is something that I want to know. I see, fans give so much love, like they put you in the pedestal, they always are there for you. But there's also this entire culture of sometimes pitting two actors and fan groups, encouraging that kind of rivalry between two actors, which is here also, right? That happened. Even Shah Rukh and Salman keep telling, yaar, hum log dono dost hai, tum log kyun dost ban sakte fan groups mein? I'm sure you see that as well.
अरे वो stop नहीं होएगा. वो stop नहीं होता है.
You don't think that'll stop because it's so disturbing, right?
कि वो वही करेंगे वो जो करना चाहते हैं, तो हम वही करेंगे जो हम करना चाहते हैं. तो हम आपस में तो नहीं लड़ते. We are okay with each other. We are okay with, even though we are not friends, many of us, we are all okay with each other's existence. We coexist. And we are okay. How much ever you tell, there's petty things will be going on unnecessarily. And another thing is, sometimes it is not even fan wars, it's a third party wars. They start fan clubs in your name, fake accounts, and then from here they'll pinpoint at other heroes, bring about fights. So we don't even know who the third party is. You go and start looking into their accounts, it will be like 1 week old, hardly any following. They just say it and tag few people and let the war happen. So I guess as long as the social media proper laws don't come, I think this will keep going on. It's a waste of time even speaking about it. If we see the serious part of fan clubs and all, nobody's fighting.
Yeah, of
so
course.
Who is this? We don't know. It's happening in our names. So hota rehta hai, ma'am.
I hope that culture changes because
culture will not change, ma'am. Laws should
have
come.
To change. Laws will have to change. You're right.
Absolutely. Only fear works in countries. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Fear works in countries. You want to stop it. Why isn't government getting a proper law? Law of online, which is there in couple of countries.
Yeah, it is.
You use for vulgar languages, you use foul languages, you demean people you're in. But here they say fundamental rights. क्या fundamental rights है? एक औरत को लेके कितना बुरा डालते हैं तो वो fundamental rights है क्या वो?
Absolutely.
So एक आदमी को लेके क्या बनाते? एक आदमी को कुछ एक फिल्म आया, एक ये किया, किसी के फेक अकाउंट से भी करते हैं. तो वो सब availability है इधर.
Quick questions and quick answers. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. A rumor about yourself that makes you laugh.
Everything.
Because
till the end I won't know it is about me.
How? Example?
एक आर्टिकल था जहाँ पे एक आदमी को एक एक्टर को मैरिज हो गया था. वो भाग के किसी हीरोइन के साथ एक टेम्पल में शादी कर दिया. ये वो करके पढ़ रहा था ऐसा क्या है क्यों नहीं यार हमारे इंडस्ट्री से ऐसा मैं ही हूँ. अरे मैं हूँ. तो मैं बोला कि अरे यार क्या यार आपने ऐसा कर दिया. सर सॉरी सर कुछ गलत है ना. से नो डोंट बी सॉरी जस्ट वेयर इज माय वाइफ. अरे शादी हुई कहाँ वाइफ? मैं वाइफ किधर है यार?
गुड क्वेश्चन.
आई सेड नहीं मिली यार तब से मैं भी इंतजार कर रहा हूँ. एक ये नहीं हुआ, फर्स्ट नाइट नहीं हुई, हनीमून नहीं हुई, क्या है यार? सो आई सेड नो सर सॉरी सर. नहीं यार आप इट्स ओके. आई डिडंट लीव एक्चुअली. आई वाज बुलिंग हिम फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम.
व्हाट इज वन थिंग दैट यू वुड नेवर डू इन अ फिल्म?
Probably
where do you draw the line?
Anything that I'm uncomfortable about.
Which is?
I don't know at that moment, even if it is probably punching some big guy who's a senior actor or probably a elderly person or something. It can be as simple as that.
Okay.
Or holding a child by the hair. I do not know at that particular time. If there is something that is against my ethics, I will not do it.
What is one misconception that people still believe is true about you and that is obviously not true?
Misconception. There are many. It may be there can vary everything every time something keeps.
Your favorite actors. You're a favorite actor of a lot of people. Who's your favorite actor?
My favorite actor is Vishnuvardhan sir from Karnataka. I like him, and from here I've always been a admirer of Kajol. So yeah, these two remain my favorites.
From the Indian film industry, if there's one thing that you'd like to change, And the one thing that you never hope changes, what would that be and why?
Putting every award into one platform always, and every language award into one platform. I think just like national award, I respect that part where every films are put under one platform and then in the awards are given away. There are a couple of awards because of which these division comes. You know, सब मिल एक हिंदी अवार्ड होता है और सब साउथ मिल के एक अवार्ड करते हैं, तो वो डिफरेंसेस वही से शुरू होता है मैम. तो करना है तो एक ही रूफ के अंदर सब करो, तो अच्छा लगेगा इंडियन फिल्म इंडस्ट्री का. तो डिफरेंसेस वही से शुरू होता है ना मैम. ये ईगो की बात नहीं है, डिफरेंसेस की बात है. जब आप देखो, आप national award is shared between Ajay Devgan sir and Surya, and what a wonderful thing.
What a day, right?
What a wonderful way.
Yeah.
It's a celebrating Indian cinema, right?
Yeah. It's so good Surya was in the film. If you had to pick among your top 3 work of your career, which ones would you pick and why?
I will pick Kichcha.
Okay.
I think in a very raw stage, I got a very performance-oriented role, which is very, very, very difficult. So I think that is one, and then I think Iga is one top, because I got a beautiful platform to be mono actor.
And you were brilliant in it, by the way.
Yes, and I think that is one thing. And then I still feel a film called Ranga SSLC, which is a Kannada film, but very tough as a character. I think I drained out by the time I finished that film, and dubbing also. I think these 3 films I will rate it, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. It was lovely chatting with you. You're absolutely real and honest, and I love that. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
If I sounded a little tired, please don't mind, because
you did not sound tired.
I've been speaking from morning 10 o'clock.
Thank you so much.
Thank
truly.
you. Thank you so
all
much.
the very best. We are rooting for you.
Watch it and then we'll meet again.
We will. Thank you.